Today we look at the story of a man that had so much faith in Jesus that his friend was actually healed. It's a true story. Welcome to Soldier for Christ. So Jesus had been going around teaching and performing miracles. The news about him was just spreading through the towns like wildfire. So people knew when he was coming. And if he was coming to your town, you knew. And you were sure to try to go see this guy, especially if you had family members or friends that were ill. I mean, think about this. If you had a loved one that was dying and there was this guy that could heal them, wouldn't you try? When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly." Jesus said to him, "Shall I come and heal him?" This is an interesting way for Jesus to respond, right? I mean, one, it almost seems like a rhetorical question. And when you realize that Jesus already knew the answer, of course he wanted Jesus to come and heal him. Why else would he be there? But the man answers. The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and this one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it." So this guy gives Jesus his credentials. Lets him know, as if Jesus didn't already, that he was a man of power, a man with authority. And yet at the same time, he showed Jesus just how humble he also was by saying that even though he was a man of stature, he wasn't worthy enough to have Jesus step across his threshold. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, "Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith." Jesus had been all over that region teaching. He had come across countless people with just as many interactions, and yet he tells this guy that none of them had close to the amount of faith that this guy had. That's kind of saying something. So Jesus does this guy a solid. Then Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, let it be done just as you believed it would." And his servant was healed at that moment. Just like that, at that very moment, back at the centurion's home, the man was healed. Jesus didn't even have to be there to touch him, to sprinkle water on him, to have him go and dunk in the river. Nothing. He just said the word, and it was so. All because this man had the faith to come to Jesus and humble himself. This kind of faith can take work. Humbling ourselves can be a chore, but we can take a lesson from this man. No matter how important we think we may be, at the foot of Christ, we are all just his children. We can take a lesson from this, one that will help us to press on and fight the good fight as a soldier for Christ.